Should men show emotions in their relationships?
We do have emotions, and I think it's about how we show and how we express it.
There's a connection on another level if a guy shows emotions.
Expressing emotion has to deal with the person's culture. So, and every culture, informs how you express it.
You don't have to be showing your emotions everywhere. I'm talking about if you have to cry, cry and be free. If you have to laugh, laugh. You shouldn't be so rigid.
Hi, lovely viewers. You're welcome back to yet another exciting episode, and you are here with your girl, Aziz to the world, baby. Yes, so as you can see with me in the studio, we have beautiful people with me here, and we are here to discuss something. I think I should give you all in suspense, yeah? So we'll start by introducing ourselves. We'll start with a fair lady here. Can you kindly tell us your name?
Hi, I'm Esther Nanajwa Boidu, a communication personnel.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, sir. Can you give me a smile, please? Your name?
I'm Ken Budu. Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm a businessman.
Be nice, please. Today, let's be nice. You see the way I started? Be nice. Thank you. Yes, sir.
And I'm Daniela Bokura and my expertise is in communications and knowledge management. Yes.
So, viewers, as you can see today, Charlie, the people I'm having here, we are going to, give you something exciting, something that you keep thinking, and then, I'm sure you share your thoughts as well. So, the topic for today, men, are you ready?
Yes.
Why? Men, are you ready? Let me ask you. Men, are you ready?
We are ready. Yes.
Okay. So the question for the day: why do men show emotions in relationships? Or let me put it in a simple way: should men show emotions in their relationships? Please, do you understand? Do you guys should you show emotions, or do you even have emotions? Let me start with that. My first question, guys, do you have emotions? Please, Mr. Daniel, you can start.
We do. As a Homo sapien, as you would say, because that's the stage of the human evolution now. Yes, we do have emotions, and I think it's about how we show and how we express it. Emotions can be mixed. It can be good, can be bad. For the good aspects, yes, but the bad aspect is what. Maybe you
I have a question there, but let me hear everybody's opinion, then I'll come back. Kingudu, do you have emotions as a man?
Yes. In fact, I didn't buy them. I had them in pack.
Nobody said you bought them.
No. I'm just trying to tell you how intense I have them in me.
Okay.
They're solid. They're solid state. In fact, I can give you some lunch. And then topping up with what you said earlier, should I go straight to answer the question?
Yeah, feel free. No, feel free.
Okay, so I think I should go straight to the answer. Because you said...
I asked, do you have emotions?
Okay, yes, I have. Let me run there. I have.
We'll come back to you. Esther, you being the only lady here,
Yeah.
how do you feel if a guy is showing emotions in a relationship?
Well, I feel so happy, and I feel there's a connection on another level if a guy shows emotions in a relationship. But here lies the case: men suppress their emotions. You see, right from the word go, as they are growing up, there's this stereotype that obeymansu. And you and stuff, and so they have it at the back of their heads that if I showing emotions will make me vulnerable or weak. But I don't think showing emotions to the right person. You don't have to be showing your emotions everywhere. I'm talking about if you have to cry, cry and be free. If you have to laugh, laugh. You shouldn't be so rigid. It doesn't make the relationship nice at all.
You see, guys, I don't know why she made a point that if you want to cry, cry. If you want to laugh, laugh. But I think some guys don't like expressing themselves.
Yeah.
As you said, you're saying Beman and a drain. So if people believe, say, you would keep it. But being a lady, as she said, she wants you to express it. Let her know how you feel at that particular time. Now let's put her aside. You being, are you married, please?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. So you being a married man, how do you express yourself to your wife when you are emotionally down or when you are happy, whatever the feeling will be at that point?
I think expressing emotion has to deal with the person's culture. So, and every culture, informs how you express it. So then, if you grew up in a culture where it's more of a macho culture, let's say, in an international community,
Like I was.
so international community, which people call it zongo.
Hey,
Yes.
point of question, no.
So I always say this that Zongo is an international community.
So I rephrase my mind. Please, not that one.
Zongo is not a bad word. How does that word mean? We have new people, foreigners coming in certain area.
Okay.
Yes, but then we've equated Zongo to slums, so that's what the problem. But everyone should be a Zongo.
No comments.
Zongo as an international community has taught me personally that in expressing emotions, it comes in different forms. And I come from the Goroni tribe, or Goroni ethnic group. And in expressing these emotions, they intend to first of all understand how the family operates. So I, as a man, would be able to express my emotions, but then I first of all express it through my exposure to the culture of our people, where I grew up, and the interactions I had with other people from other communities. Now, moving further, I always say that an individual is also tied to cultural, traditional, and religious background. Now, Christian perspective will tell me that yes, I should be able to commune with my wife, share my thoughts with her, explain to her. So, also telling me to put my anxiety or give my anxiety to God. Now, traditionally,
not to your wife.
As a head of the family, you are as a man, you certainly commune with your wife on certain issues. But for me personally, I think the major thing here is that when you understand your partner, that's how you're able to feel vulnerable. Because even as siblings, you know who to feel vulnerable to and expressing those emotions. If you're happy, you know who you can be happy with. If you're sad, you know who you can be sad with, because not everyone. Because not everyone can handle the emotion that you bring out at certain points. Some people think they have the capacity to handle such emotions, but that isn't. In terms about people telling how weak they are, because people can tell their weakness. They can share with you the problems they're going through, but then you might not be able to withstand that shock. Now, my partner would want to share every burden, but most importantly, you also think about protecting her, making sure that the burden sharing is done in a manner that doesn't outweigh the other person. So here, there are things you discuss, there are things you withhold from her for a while, to a point where you share with her, because she has her own burdens that she's carrying through. But so when you work together as a unit, you're able to support each other alongside. Yes, I'm able to show emotions and expressing it. Maybe I would be able to say that I use humor in expressing my emotions.
Okay.
So, for instance, if there's some work-related issue that I'm going through, and I come home and there's the facial expression and the attitude tells you that Charlie, there's fire on the mountain or your head is hot. And I can use a case here where in April I had a company crisis, crisis that involved a lot. I was digitally abused because obviously, as in my position, we deal with managing the brand, the image and everything, perception, everything. But then within that point, in negotiating and working around that, I was emotionally down. But then the fact that I was able to communicate with her.
With your wife?
Yes. Share with her, let her understand that, okay, this is what is going on. But then, when it happened, I didn't go to her to just start saying, expressing. I have to use because it's work related, and every work has its own hazards.
Yes.
So, depending on the hazard, you're able to communicate to her on it and let her understand and appreciate. Because expressing emotions, men would express emotion, but who you're vulnerable with will now determine how stronger you can be. Because some you share your vulnerabilities with, and that is used as a reference point.
Not cutting you short, right? But is there a way, or are there ways men can show vulnerability? Can express themselves without showing vulnerability? Because I don't get it. I mean, you're a man. You are a man.
Yes.
So why become okay? Men can be vulnerable, but what do you expect me the ladies to be then?
I think it's not about men can be vulnerable. It's about trusting and being vulnerable.
So is there no way that a man can express himself without being vulnerable?
A man can express himself without being vulnerable. A man can express himself whilst being vulnerable.
But so why don't you choose without being vulnerable?
So it's case by case study. So when you understand that, for instance, if you get home and your partner tells you have issues first, it's not a competition. Now you also have to tell your partner that me too, Charlie, mafia or Charlie, I do somebody scam my money or something. You want to listen to her, help her calm down, make sure she resolves this, then share yours later. It might also be that when you get home and you share yours with her, she'll put hers aside to deal with yours. So it's case by case. I would say it's about influence. So in terms of upbringing, now I fellowship with the Deeper Life Bible Church and our doctrines, and also basically the Bible which we use, everyone in King James Version, and how we are trained is to make sure that we love and care for people. So I love and care for people as human beings, whether male or female, I really don't care. So show love to each and every one. Make sure in that. But then when you are ready to get married, so you get in a relationship, you really want to get married. That's why I get into a relationship, not when you want to try and see. So that's why for me it worked out that way. But I think for also family values and other things also put in that manner. And for my family, we have a connection where we really met each other's emotional needs. So I didn't know how to look for emotional needs. Let another person outside the family satisfy those emotional needs. So if it's about care, about being vulnerable, I can be vulnerable from A to Z. They know anything you like. If you come to tell them that you know this about him, they say you don't know anything. You don't know that guy. You know him more than you do. If you think you come to them to report to them that I met him at an odd place, at an odd time, doing this, picking this person up. They say, he already told us that he was going to this place. So for instance, I'm going to places that I often don't move into. Maybe it's a nightclub, or not saying nightclubs are bad or anything, but just saying place that I don't often go to. I don't go often. Okay,
so you go, but not.
What I say often because I work in different capacities. My dad sells kebab.
Okay, so definitely
yes.
You'll be
so around I was also trying to sell, trading these meats to people. Now, at every point in time, I'm still in connection with my parents, my siblings, and this is not about being a mommy's boy, daddy's boy. We care about each other. Whether my sibling has eaten or not is of concern to me. Whether my parents are okay or not is of concern to me. Whether they are traveling, so I can, as I'm seated here, my elder brother called me and asked me, "Where's the heater?" I said, no, actually, I left one for the kitchen. You see, so it's ordinary. Maybe those things might look not so meaningful, but to me, it means a lot. That my brother can come to my room and look for things, see things, etc. So the emotional needs have been satisfied at the family level. Now, I don't have the strength to go out to go and look for people to satisfy that emotional need. Not that they don't exist. There are good people who exist. I have good friends. That is here. So I have friends who satisfy the needs, support, encourage, advice on what to do and what not to do. But in the long run, that has influenced how I also share the bed with them. That if men need to express themselves, they express themselves in manner according to which other people they are interacting with are. So the lady as a partner you're sharing your burden with, you need to understand her much more better. That okay, how much can she take? Now, my wife, we can have interactions, and I'm annoyed because I've used humor on her. She's the calm type, I'm the talkative. So I used humor for a long time. So she got used to it. So what she did, she does is that she tells me that when I'm angry, she tells me, okay, 1-0. That means she's at the winning side. So I said, okay, don't worry, next time I'll get you.
Yeah.
So another point, when she's also annoyed, I said, okay, remember, now it's 1-1. Then it's like we're keeping, but that's a way of managing emotion. But when it comes to boys, you know, we will tell you, we're vulnerable with you. But boys will also make sure that they will give you hard time. They'll tease you, they'll help you cope, they'll give you food. If the issue comes up again, they'll raise it up again.
Oh yeah.
If they meet your new partner, they'll tell their new partner again.
Why do boys even do that?
It's a coping mechanism. So that you don't really go off the track. So when it comes to relationship, people tend to define who they are interacting with and to make sure that the burden sharing is not outweighing the other person. So that's why when she mentioned that, when Esther mentioned that she's okay for the man to share or be vulnerable.
Yeah.
But you see, it's about the mental health and how we understand it. Would your man be so vulnerable to a point that he's certain that he's not married? I don't know. Esther, are you married?
No, I'm not
Okay. So if Esther is not married, now how much can the man relate to her? And know certainly that maybe if the relation doesn't continue, will she keep that to herself or she wouldn't? It works both ways. That's the same thing, but with married people, it's quite a little bit different. Where they know that, okay, they are married and they're in for a long time or for that period. So it's about who you're dealing with and how much information, because it's information. That is basically. So if I am willing and able to share this amount of information with my partner, I'm able to share it with my family, my siblings, then I should prepare myself to deal with it.
Yeah.
Or else at the point when people are vulnerable, that's their lowest.
They can say everything.
They will tell you everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I'm being vulnerable, I should be rest assured that there's nothing like I should regret for opening up. It should be that I should be confident.
But yes, I get that. But sometimes men find it difficult telling you've explained a lot, but then I don't know why they end up struggling telling their partner that, you know what, this is the issue. Instead of them voicing out, the trust is there, whatever it is there. But instead of them probably saying what the issue is, they tend up giving you the turn out. Let's say that visual. Giving you attitude.
I don't think it's attitude.
No. So I want Esther to explain that, since she's the lady here. Have you experienced such before?
Yeah, and a shared experience too. I think men keeping their struggles to themselves is something that's a bit normal now, because they feel talking to you can't do anything. That's how I feel about it. I feel they think you can't do anything to help them.
The situation.
And so then I'm going to keep it to myself or talk to friends. But I'm in a relationship with you. Something is bothering you. When something bothers me, I come to you. I'm like, hey, this and this and this is going on. I'm not seeking for any help from you. I just want you to say something to me so I feel okay. And so if you come to me and tell me, Ajua, this is what happened at work today. What do you think I should do about it? I feel you have given me some form of relevance in your life. You are discussing important issues with me. It's not, when I'm saying showing emotion, it's not about crying, it's not about laughing. I'm not talking about that. But anything about your life. I'm not saying you should show me I can't know everything about you. But there are one or two things you move with. You can tell me. You're like, this is my mantra. This is a principle I have in life. Then I'm with you. Then I know that, okay, this is what my man wants. This is how he is. But you come to me, you are all smiley and stuff, and I don't know what's going on.
Meanwhile,
and I
that is
add my
happening.
burdens to you. How are you going to help me out? Do you understand? And so all these things, I think, fine. Men can show emotions, not too much because I'm crying. You shouldn't be crying too. you have to be the shoulder. Yes, you have to be the shoulder. Yes, I like to be pampered a lot. I'm an emotional person, and so I wouldn't want you to be so emotional. I want you to be a bit hard, but not too. I'm saying hard, but not straight. No,
Why are you laughing?
men.
Why are you laughing? She has a point. Why are you laughing?
King will be the
Honestly speaking, because
She's no, Budu. Just a minute, please. She's talking from
if
a
I'm
lady's
if
view.
I'm
So
showing emotions, if I'm crying, I'm like, I come to you, I'm like, babe, this and this happened, and I start crying, and you're also crying with me. How? Who is going to? How?
It's very
no.
And so you can be strong. Usually, you can show emotions. I'm not against men showing. I like it when my man shows emotions. I feel it makes you human if you show emotions, because we are humans. We are filled with emotions. You shouldn't be suppressing your emotions. And so, if you are anxious, I should know you are a bit anxious. If you are angry, I should know you are angry. If you are stressed out, I should know you are stressed out. But if you are always putting on this shell very hard, I can't penetrate, I can't know what is going on in your mind. What's my essence in your life?
Wait, how would she even be of help to you?
she can, you see, let me put it this way. Constitutionally, do you know that, it looks a little digressing, but constitutionally, do you know that men or boys are not labeled as being defiled?
Yeah?
Do you understand that? Constitutionally. I did that.
Exactly. No, ask the one. How can a boy be defiled?
Good. Now that tells about the mental state of the boy child. That from onset, girl child can be defiled, but a boy child can be defiled.
It's rare.
You see, it's not rare.
Really?
I kid you not.
You see, Danny, I
And
think
that's the same thing about you emotional. That we have created support systems to help women cope. Support systems. Do we have support systems that can help men cope? Have you seen a shelter where you've seen men walk into it?
We'll build one. Right after this, we'll build one. Don't worry.
That's fine.
Don't worry, we'll build
So
one.
from the onset as a boy
we are
child,
living in a masculine environment, and so everything about us, everything about this world is masculine. Yes, and so that's how you see in the Bible. Let me take you back. They're like a man is supposed to take care of the house, and a woman is supposed to give birth and stuff. So from the onset, men have been made heads of the family. But now, because of socialization, things have changed. I'm a woman. I would want to also put food on the table. I wouldn't want my man to be doing that alone.
Hold on.
Do you understand?
Just pause. Pause right there. Backstage, what was I saying? Women have always been known for, yours in life, growing up, you be in the kitchen throughout.
Subordination.
Thank you. Support me when I talk. Growing up, you be in the kitchen throughout. You are learning how to prepare the home. Finally, you are grown. Get married. Next, give birth. Afterwards, take care of the home. That is it. Forgetting that we have a purpose. Forgetting that we also have vision. We also have aspirations. We also have goals. You understand? So if we as girls or we as women also have our dreams, why is it that always men are to take that position, but a woman can't take that position?
As it stands now,
As it
a
stands
woman
now,
can take those positions.
But
If you look at let me also go back to the basis where you guys were coming from, where our grandfathers or our fathers were doing. Those times, you people exhibited the skills that you can be in the kitchen, or you had good management.
You know,
skills.
women are multi-talented. Right?
Good. So if you are multi-talented, if they ask you to go to the farm, come and cook, come and take care of the house. Imagine that.
Are we doing all together?
No, I'm just giving that picture. Since you said you highlighted the part where you
No,
guys
I mean, are we doing it together as in the woman and the man doing
Those
everything
times.
together?
Those times,
No,
I
like
think
you
women
saying
were
those
doing
times.
it.
those times we highlighted that the women were only in the
Yeah,
kitchen and
the
they were
kitchen,
being
yeah.
suppressed. even emphasize on the point that suppressed.
No,
And then
the suppression, I was talking about you men suppressing your emotions. I wasn't talking about women being suppressed.
And that's what I chipped in, that your constitution doesn't recognize a male child being defined.
But you know, the environment we live in is it favors men than women. That's how it has been created. That's how.
We are now trying to.
Let me
raise the bar. We are now trying to make it.
I disagree completely. Do you know why?
Let me finish your point.
Let
I am a man.
Let me finish.
You tell.
A woman gave birth to me. Okay, and I can tell from this fact that when you say women,
right now he's suppressing your emotions.
when you say men are favored, when you see, we've moved in stages, and when you move from stage 1 to stage 3, you don't use principles of stage 1 to still justify stage 3. You are in an agrarian economy where you dealt with agriculture, farming, going to pick, gather, and process. Now you got to a point where you were dealing with industrialization. Industrialization caused a lot of movement because factories were seated at places. Now the function and the role of the family changes. So my family, I'm from Bongo, Apatanga. We moved from Apatanga to Greater Accra region. So many hours if you're using a bus.
Next time use a flight.
Thank you.
They don't have that.
We didn't have the money to use a flight, so we were seeking greener pasture. So we came to Accra. Now the function and the role of the family changes. My dad would have gone to the farm to get the materials, brought them in, right? So he could cook. Now here in Accra, we can't go to the farm. We need to go to work. My mom needs to go to work. Okay, now that has changed. Now from the industrialization, we've moved into the technological revolution. That also changes. Now, in all these stages, we started by saying, let's empower women. That is not wrong. That is fine. But here in the case, we are creating an imbalance. Who prepares the boy child for the future? Who prepares the girl child for the future? We had songs. Send your girl child to school. You know that.
Please complete the song.
You know that I've had siblings who were rearing the cattle, taking the cattle to the forest and bring them back. Umar Sandamadu was also following cattle. Did we have a song that says send your boy child to school?
Because they were already in the schools.
No,
they were giving the advantage over.
I'm coming. I'm speaking from experience. In the sense that I'm not relying on only the textbook explanation about. No, the women empowerment is fine. But we need to understand that we've moved in so many stages.
So we should balance it.
That's why my friend, which I always proud to mention him, Abina Nyansa, came up with a program that talks about men. Because men don't have the structures to enable them become the man they want to be. So you have more empowered women, more intelligent women, brilliant women, smart women, and the men are not matching up. And I said that men, they start label them in certain ways because you've not created structure. Because in your mind, that's the thing. That's what happens when there's an assumption that men are favored in the system. My Esther, if we have a job, okay, you apply for the job as Esther, I apply as Aboga, right? You as a woman, I as the man, who would they give the advantage to?
To the one who fits.
You think so?
Yeah.
In this conversation, you are saying to the one who fits. Because you want to fit into the conversation.
That's true.
But the reality is that they want to give to the one who fits. But I can tell for a point from the
she would definitely get it.
She would get it.
Yeah.
Because you need.
I'm not going to get it.
No, wait, the organization tends to want to balance the gap, gender gap. I've had opportunities, my opportunities given to women and ladies, not because they understood the job or they know what it's about, but basically they are women. And not that they are not intelligent. They are intelligent, but that is not their area of expertise. So they call me and say, Abugra, we know that this opportunity is yours, but unfortunately, the organization said they want a lady and a woman. So we've given to this woman.
How were you married by then?
No.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I have no problem. How can I help her? My intention is to help her get for the job because That's what organization wants.
Maybe he was giving to her
You
because she
understand?
failed.
So,
That's what he doesn't want to
so
agree.
Yes.
no, I'm coming from the onset. No, these are people. I'm not saying these people. I mean people I have thoughts,
Oh,
trained.
okay.
So the person doesn't. You can't. Yes, knowledge is very easy to acquire and all that. But when it comes to expertise and in terms of experience, you know how what way.
Yeah.
And I'm the same person consulting and helping the person in designing what she's going to do.
Okay.
But the fact is that I understand that the opportunities sometimes you need to fold your arms and sit down so that another person goes. So I wasn't angry at it. But I started asking, I am okay with it. What about the other boy child who isn't in my position to be okay with it? And that was maybe the breakthrough for him. Because men will have dependence. Isn't it? So from the onset, how do we express that's some kind that feeds into the perception, the understanding of who the man is becoming. Now, when a man gets into the relationship, knows that certainly there are a lot of things he's manned up for a long time. Now he comes home from work and he wants him to be too open with you. He will listen to you, but there are some things like it's reality. He's been dealing with it for 30 years of his life.
No, so why then have a partner?
Look,
I believe it's to share.
It's to share.
There are things you would share.
Yes.
There are limits you even go to when it comes to the sharing. Just like Esther said, a little. You should, when she's crying, you shouldn't cry. If you have water that hasn't got any exit point to, it should stay. Listen to her crying or just help her cry. I understand her because two blind people can't go the same path.
Yeah.
So just like from the angle he came, we have built ourselves from some point. Already we've gone to know that even a child, when he's allowed to work with the debt and stuff, he's building, according to science, they say he's building the immune system or what the system become used to some bacteria and hope.
That's true. That's actually true. Yeah.
So we have done ours to that extent. From the beginning, we don't have anything backing us, empowering us. We have to empower ourselves. If you go back, if you go to school and there is even an argument between the guy, not even to school, even in the mature life, there's an issue between a man and a guy. Obviously, you don't beat a woman, I don't know, cassette so bad, all these things are there. So we say, okay, all right. So we have already built our system. So we want to express some of our emotions to you based on the way we have seen you. We have analyzed you, we know that when we tell you this, you can handle this. Now, you raised some point earlier on that why is it that we feel you used the word, was it intimidated or
to express your
to express? Good. So just like I'm saying now, we
you
know
struggle. You struggle in
good. You see it
expressing.
as a struggle. We don't see it as a struggle. Okay, we understand ourselves. And then let me add this one too. It also boils back to maturity. Some men are mature to the extent that they know what they are telling you, and then and then when to tell you, and then how to even tell you. So you are seeing it as a struggle. I'm not seeing as such. I'm seeing that no, this is not the time to tell you. She's crying. Let me relax. Let me enjoy the moment of consoling her or empowering her or giving her that strength. You get it. When she's done and she's opening, asking me for mine, and I want to share. And even this one to boils back to the part where you ask, let me now use this one for the part where you said, why then enter into partnership? Into a relationship. If we can be on our own. So this shows that we still have needs. Although we have built our system to that extent, we still have needs. We need that part. Me, for instance, my friend would tell me, I don't see you getting married because the way you want to do everything by yourself. No. I'm empowering myself such that it's not a way that she will also be there. We are complementing each other. There might be times that me myself that I'm trying to do everything, I can't do those things. She will do it. And then we have come to the stage where he said we are now in the technological stage where women are doing their stuff, and then they are also doing some of the men's stuff. It's also because of current states where we are not in the those days whereby the only option they had was to be in the kitchen, and then the kitchen was empowering them, but they didn't know. Because if not because of those times, now they wouldn't claim that they are multitasked. Kafra, before he has carried the pregnancy for 9 months, and then sometimes she's pregnant, there's another baby behind. Maybe she's cooking or sweeping. It's all these things that have built these people. Just like we were building our kappa with the things that we are not getting to empower ourselves. It's the same thing you guys had that thing till now. There are some things we think that it just started in our generation, but no, it started from somewhere. It's had its version coming up, updating this stuff. So we have all, if you are looking at it very well, we have the good side and the bad side. And this shouldn't be, it should be on the basis that we are matured now, we have now come to see the reality. We are accepting it and we are moving on with it. Most of the men, I would say, that have accepted it. There are women who have also accepted it.
You think it's a norm? Like, can't you change it?
It can be changed. We have changed. I wasn't like this. When I was entering into the system and I realized that I will not be empowered, I should be on my own. For instance, I was a day student. I left home without telling my parents I was going to the boarding house. I applied everything. And then when it was ready, I needed money. Someone had come to leave money for my father for mission work. When he came, I wasn't home. I packed my things and left.
So you took the money?
Yes, I used the money to go and pay. And then
mission work money.
I mean, I didn't know this. It was a bad case issue. My father got pissed. He said what he could do. He wanted to beat me, but I took that decision. Because at that time I realized that this is the reality on ground. If I don't, because my first term, I was, in fact, funny enough, I wanted to go and do general agriculture in school. So when all my mind was that we were going to do more about farming, maybe. I went to first, they gave me chemistry, physics, electric maths. I would say electric maths because the first time I saw it, I was shocked.
He kicked you.
They gave me. And then
but you're a shark. You're a shark.
Was a shark. I mean, I knew I was going to farm. I'm going to advance the way I will plant my okra or something. The way my parents disciplined me for the first time, I'm like, are you people? You don't know what happened there. It was my first time. They did not. That day, in fact, we used to have devotion. That devotion was dedicated for me. And not a single empowerment message said, you can do it. Okay,
no, but you can do it. Empowerment.
The way they were rebuking me was the empowerment. So I had to now realize that no, okay, let me take this upon myself. Let me use all means. I realized that when I'm at home, especially when I'm in the room, for instance, my mother realizes I'm in the room briefing. Then I'm not doing anything. I am free.
That's true. You can't
come out. You come out, and some of the things they'll let you do because you're seriously. When you are complaining about my grades and me thinking that I was just going to learn how to farm and camp, not doing chemistry and physics. So I left. When they came to talk, they didn't. They all had their excuse. So we realized that I saw what's on the ground. I came to accept it. I said, no, let me act on it. I've realized that it is me. Sometimes I feel like it's me and my God. The only encouragement I think I had from my father was that you do all things through Christ
who strengthens you.
So if I'm doing all, the question is you. One, so it means man
it can
Christ.
Be cruel.
It can. Why didn't it be it wasn't. So we have built our strength. We have been able to hold on. So it's not like, just like I said, we are not struggling. For me, I feel we are not struggling. So can they
to show your emotions?
We show it. There's time we can show emotions,
but you don't struggle to show your emotions.
No. There's time we will show. If you want the full version, we'll give it to you. If you want the quarter version, we can give it to you.
So you've decided not to.
You are saying that we have decided.
I don't know which.
You yourself. There are times you don't always cry.
Yes.
Emotions is not only about the crying.
No, it's
right.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. I stated an example. Okay, that if there's something bothering you, don't come back and give me attitude. Because mind you, your reaction or your demeanor would mean. Okay, let me use myself for instance. The way you approach me is how I'll reply back.
Exactly.
So if you come cheerfully, I'll respond automatically cheerfully. So if you come and you have a problem, okay, don't give me attitude.
You know the situation also determines how you react or how you also express yourself.
So okay, I've realized that probably there's something off, there's something wrong. I'm trying to get to know and know how to also come in as your partner. So I'll be like, babe, like what's wrong? I can see there's something.
So it depends on your babe. The relationship you guys have had from yourself. It's true. You have to understand your babe.
I'm with you on this one.
You have to understand your babe. I mean, your babe had a different background altogether. You also had yours, a version of yours, totally different. And you guys have decided to be together. So just like I've said sometime past, you realize that maybe today I told you about something I went through at work, and you reacted some way, and then I took a version of what you did. I mean, how you responded to some. It could be me not necessarily crying. You know, emotions can be so. In fact, emotions are something that should come out naturally.
Yeah.
It should come out naturally. So if you are not free with the person too much, naturally it's not come. It's not come out like that. So even with the crying issue thing, sometimes we are not even ready to cry. I mean, we are not in the mood, but you could see.
You guys don't even cry.
Oh,
you
Like
cry.
sometimes I feel you are too hard.
No.
Too
It's
rigid.
because
That's the way.
That's the way.
you are not in our
Very
shoes,
rigid.
and then at the first place you are not a man. You wouldn't understand. Just like we also not understand you people. As and now people say you guys are complicated. We understand that it's normal
Please.
because we have
Please.
not been in your shoes.
We are not complicated.
No,
Period.
I'm not saying
You just
Let's
refuse to
move. We are
understand.
not.
it.
We are not complicated.
it's the same thing. We
I'm
do
coming. You know, Esther mentioned something. She says she wants to get a man who will share emotions. Okay, let's say
Yeah.
crying is for instance.
No,
She
no,
doesn't-
why are we
no,
basing
I'm-
on
I'm-
the crying?
I'm- I'm-
Yeah,
I'm-
this is a different
I know,
example.
I'll move on. No, I'm using an
Fire.
example. She made mention that when she's crying, she doesn't expect the guy to cry.
Yes.
She expects the guy to hold fast. Now, you see, the reality about the human behavior is that the needs differ. Now, if we are going to show emotions, the mental health, suicide cases as compared to between male and females, you have
Male.
males have
You
lot
see,
higher.
it's because they've decided to suppress their emotions.
Not suppressed. That's what I'm saying, that even when we look at systems, now, how do we express emotions? In different form. Some people will tell you that, okay, if I want to express how I feel, what I'm going through, I just need good food.
Others do say, "I want to break plates."
That's all. I just
Yes,
say,
that's true.
they want to-
There's a place in Accra where people go to break things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just to.
If you are depressed, if you are stressed, if you want
Then
to
sometimes,
send your rage and anger anywhere, there's a room for you to be breaking TV and stuff. And so you can go
So
and break things.
you pay.
Yeah, you pay to go and break.
But-
Amazing.
It's someone's business.
A colleague at City FM, Channel 1 TV, Fawzi Masoud, he did a report on it. Yes. So they go on to smash.
Yeah.
So that's a way of expressing. But you see, we have a phrase that says, "Black beginning to mean depression." That black man doesn't get depression.
That's true.
Broke it heart
You see.
causes.
Okay, but if Bibini that can't get depression or can't get depressed, that means that from the onset, people have signed their minds in terms of the state of our mental health. Now, how do people express themselves when they go through things? And it comes in different forms.
Yeah.
Now, as the partner, it might not be in the house. Your partner might be going through things and might do things outside home before coming. So comes home with more of like fully recovered or partially recovered. Because some of the things like smashing,
Yeah.
you can't come and be smashing. That's human rights abuse. Right? You can't come and smash beat your wife or break things in the house. So you go elsewhere to go express, but then your wife understands. But sometimes maybe you might not want to share that with your wife because your wife will like, "If this man can be doing this if he's going through this thing."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure if I'm in the house
He
one
can.
day,
He can.
He can throw something at me.
you understand? And these are extreme cases. No, I'm not going to say extreme. These are cases that differs. So the whole notion here, or the perspective should be that from the onset, we need to, the boy child needs to be taught that you are loved, you are cared for, but most importantly, we have programs that are focused on developing them and giving them
The support.
or even creating a supporting environment for them, a conducive environment for them.
So what? Let me ask it. What do you think can be put in place for that? Like, what are some of the measures?
I personally think that when the boy child is exposed to, now I was exposed to the church orchestra, so I've been playing trumpet for God knows when I was a child. I was in the church choir from children choir till now. Now that was my escape route. So if I'm going through things, I look forward to picking an instrument, sitting with my guys. We are playing music. We are creating something. So I manage that.
So out of that, you are able to.
Yes. So you are creating, creating maybe society, no brigade. When students or young people come together at the brigade, their drums. At that point, they escape. We call them vices. So they are escaping vices. Okay.
Yeah.
At that point, they are creating something. They are expressing themselves in that step, and that helps them. Another thing could also be that exposing the boy, creating enabling programs for boy child. We have women empowerment. And I asked the question, have you seen a program that they say male empowerment?
Very soon, we are coming up with some.
They're looking forward to get
Very soon.
Very soon. It's in the pipeline.
when you create programs like that, when you create programs like that, now the advantage here is that you are training the person in different. Like I'm saying, the women are empowered. You are getting empowered in different aspects of their lives, because socially, emotionally, psychologically, economically, they are empowered. Now, does the boy child also have programs, initiatives that introduce them to these kind of spaces? Now, depending on your exposure, also influence how you act. So, if the boy child is exposed, now I say that I come from the international community, where it's a Zongo.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
you are DC, right?
He's DC. I always say that DC and I always have some fights. This Tansuman, like Koshi, Russia, Shukura. We always have that conflict a lot. But the reality is that when we're able to create that enabling environment for them, it helps the boy child cope. So mental health is that it should reflect. Now churches. Now if churches are organizing programs, do they organize programs that also help the male child? No. It's like, let's focus more on the women. Women are vulnerable. Women are vulnerable. Have you ever heard a program where you talk about men's vulnerability? It's only
I
when
think there's something like that.
they are very rare. They are very rare. You see, I'm using very as to
They're
emphasis again. They are rare, but they are very, very rare. The reality is that you don't have those programs that enable them. That's why you have people come out. So the male child here is saying that, okay, if constitutionally, if the male child is sexually abused, the boy child can be defied. But then the constitution doesn't recognize that, doesn't make provision for that. So the boy child carries that throughout his life and grows up. Now encounters people who now sexually abuse him again. How does he express that? How does the man who was sexually abused come to express that to the partner?
The police, even the police.
You see why you report to the police? So from the onset, it's like Charlie.
They'll say you can fight for
Yeah,
yourself.
you can fight. You see, from the onset, they're
But
like,
women can't.
you see,
If me, for instance, I've met someone who is like 3 times of me. And then even now that I've never said, not even on my maturity stage when I was younger. How do I say my fight for myself?
You fight for your
How? When I don't even know this thing, I'm even first of all, I have the mentality that I'm a small boy. Secondly, the person is older than me, huger than me.
So you gym.
Not now. As of then, no, when I was young.
And so you start taking in some courses that will help you know how some
when I was in class 2 or class 3.
Do you know what the Chinese child is
You say
doing?
Chinese. I mean, I'm not Chinese. I'm a Ghanaian.
what is it? You don't understand BBB.
You see, Ken, even with women, when a woman is abused, you know the first question that's asked, what was she wearing? Doesn't matter.
How? Does it even make sense?
So you see, they are saying
ask the boy
society.
child away. That's the way.
Oh, but no, boy child, and your shorts, when you are in your pants, you are in your
You see,
shirt. I mean, what's attractive about
No,
you?
this time we are just talking about the defilement of the small boy, the
You see,
young
you can
boy.
put on your put on your WhatsApp status. Just put a question and say, maybe as a male child, have you ever been sexually abused? And I kid you not, I can body hit my chest and say 90% of your male friends will tell you they've been sexually abused.
You don't agree because
Probably
you are
because you don't say no. You agree because
See,
probably you don't.
The reason is that
Sure,
I've done this survey twice. Okay, when I was a student doing my undergrad at GIT, then after when I was working in the mainstream at CTFM and Channel 1 TV, I wrote an article, and I can tell for a fact that whenever I put out a question, people are like, Charlie, they think we take height, you don't talk about it. Also. But that's how they've been dealing with it. So they grow up in their mindset that they have to build coping mechanism. But then we've been able to use the laws. We are influencing society. We are also influencing educational structure to help the woman live a better life and cope. We also develop their own coping system. Not that they do. But then what does the boy child get? and then he decides to develop a coping system on his own, because you assume that the system favors them. And I'll tell you for a fact, we've moved from the agrarian economy to industrial economy to technological economy. We are moving to another economy again. And in all of this, you are saying the system is still favoring the boy child.
Somehow they are. Esther, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I have a question for you. So, how can you, or let me read how the question was posted. Give me a second.
Okay.
How can you support your man expressing his emotions, like to express his emotions? How can you support him
How can I support him to
express his
as in what
emotions?
he wants? I don't
So he has a problem. He doesn't know how to come up with it. He doesn't know how to tell you. So how would you be able to let him have that mindset of, okay, if I have this issue, I can come to you. What are some of the things you, as a lady, you can put in place for him to have, that thing and can be openly to
Okay,
you?
so I think if a lady, if you discuss stuff about yourself to your man, then automatically you are giving him the go ahead to discuss his with you when he has an issue. Because if I am very strict, if I keep things to myself, as a lady, I don't express any emotions. I don't come to you for anything. I don't talk to you about anything bothering me. And you as a man, there's something bothering you. You'll be like, okay, I am the man here. My lady hasn't even complained about anything to me.
So
and so why should I go to her complaining? And so if I give you the chance, it's up to me. Being open. It's how I relate to you. It's all based on how I'm going to relate to you. And so if I'm very free, I relate to you very, very well. You are my go-to bed. I always say it shouldn't be just a relationship. It should be friendship. And so if I am your friend, if I can go to a male friend to tell the male friend that, yo, my guy, so and so and so and so happened today, then I should be able to tell my woman that this is what is going on, because she is also my friend. And so this whole relationship thing, when it starts with friendship, it really helps, because the person is already your friend. You have that kind of connection with already before it became a relationship. And so the person talking to you or you talking to the person becomes very simple. And so I think if I am able to talk to him about, if I'm open enough, and he's not even scared to discuss stuff with me, and he's like, okay, when I tell her this, how is she going to react to it? How is she going to take it? Won't she feel I'm like a woman, behaving like a woman or something? I have given him the chance. And so it all boils down to the friendship, openness, and everything. If I'm able to do that, then I think my man should be able to express his emotions.
Okay, so you made mention of you being able to express yourself. For him, or how he relates, it's how you'd also relate, right? So what if you are telling him what's bothering you, but he's not giving you the listening ear? He's not really showing that interest in whatever you're saying, meaning automatically he can't also come to you.
I am someone who likes returning energy. The energy you give me is what I give back.
Take me. Oh, just stop.
I was supporting you, but then I think
No, it's not supporting. She has a point.
No, I supported her. Do you know why? To the extent where she mentioned that when it's in a relationship, right, she has to inform you, start sharing her stories with you, which I have practically done before within my family, because at the point in time, my brother was in a different region, I was in a different region, so there was a gap. So later we reconciled, we're in the same region, Greater Accra here. Now, the connection wasn't there. And what she said, that my brother is a quiet type. My other brother is a quiet type. I'm the noisy one. The one who came after me is very quiet. So you are between two quiet people. So when it comes to where I watch TV, I'm the only one who talks. You talk and respond. All of them are just looking and staring at you. But here in the case, you don't know whether they are detached from you emotionally or they're physically, they're not with you. But as she said, when you start telling them the stories, so I'll call my brother and tell him what I'm eating for today. Charlie had a good vibes, a beast cry, the woman said that I'll be 5 cities. 5 cities, I say make it tear top 2 cities. Then my brother is wondering, why is this guy calling me
to tell me all this
about beans and Tatali? I just like I have to, maybe he's going to work on some project deal. But he will stop and listen to the nonsense. Then later I continue, at the point he also calls me. Charlie, some will be a see for here. Be nice one. If I come out for buy some give you. So I realized that it was, but then the energy bit. But it takes time for
Let
people
me
to change.
explain myself,
Please.
with the energy bit. So I'm always at your end. Not like I'm always coming to you with my issues. And I am not get the energy I'm giving you. I'm a hyperactive person, and so if you know me very well, if I am down, you know that there's something bothering me. If you don't know me, then you don't know me. But if you know me, if I'm in a relationship with you, you should know that I'm hyperactive. And so when I'm down, you would know. And so you should be able to even ask at least, Lina, what's up? What is it? But I am always coming to you. I'm always coming to Danny. Danny, this is what is happening. Danny, this is what is happening. And you don't say anything about your life to me. Then when I sit down, I'm like, I am nagging. That's how I'm going to feel. Why am I talking plenty? Why am I talking too much? Okay, maybe this whole thing, then I feel this whole relationship is not even relevant again, because what is my relevance? If you are relevant enough to me to be sharing stuff I'm not sharing with my family, with you, and you are not saying anything to me, then you make me feel less of myself. You make me feel not important at all. Because what's my essence in your life if you can't talk to me?
I think that the man, with people with different cases, the man at a point not will be ideally you would have expected the same energy where the man should also express and share his or with you. I think I always say that ask the hard questions. It's a relationship. I ask the hard question. Now I'm saying that in our partnership or relationship, my wife is calmer. She can sit here the whole 24 hours. The only
She's fine.
Oh, she's fine.
That's fine.
But I'm talking. But what thing happened is that now, how do two people at extreme ends cope? So what I would say is that it took a lot of work. That my wife now have to use also is using that humor on me.
Yeah.
My own humor on me.
So you see, that's what whatever energy you give her, she will
That's
give
what she's
back. That's what she's
But
doing.
it took a while.
It took a while.
It took a while. I'll be honest with you.
But
It
she
took a while.
still gives
Don't worry.
that energy back.
So maybe the relationship is maybe because I'm married. I understand it.
You understand it that
But
way.
in a relationship,
Don't worry,
how long will you wait to?
that is the question.
Exactly.
But all the same,
Maybe.
we've shared a lot here, right? And we'll continue in the comment section and backstage. King Budu, kindly give me your last words. The way you've chalked your body is like a lot. If we give you the chance, you will talk. But you
too much.
chalk your body. No, you share your last words and let's wrap up.
So just like you said, it's a nice topic, and in fact, we have come up with nice ideas. Adding up to my last words would be probably adding up to what she said. I mean, when you are a guy when she's opening up to you, she's giving you a yard for you to add a stick so that you can express yourself anytime. Fine, the fact maybe you might be the quiet type, it might be the type that don't like, you have built yourself to the extent that you don't want to interfere with people's life with your issues. But she has opened up. Anytime there's an issue, you feel you have to express, you have to do that. Take advantage of it and then make use of it. And then the last one is when you are expressing it, you should know that you are a human. I mean, anything can happen. We are all humans. She's a human herself. She's not a god. That's when she vulnerably make a reference to something that is regard to what you said some time ago. She might be using it to maybe either encourage you or let you know that it can happen. So be careful. It's trying to make you get that. You are there for each other.
Yeah.
It's a partnership. The friendship, relationship, all the ships. There's a ship.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Esther, your last words.
Well, I would say we have come too far. I'm talking about men. And so all this Beman soon and Beman and and stuff, let's put it aside. If you have someone and you think the person is trustworthy enough and you can talk to the person, talk to the person. Because you can't keep everything to yourself and go committing suicide. No. It's better to talk to someone than commit suicide. As he said, the suicide level of men. It's higher than women, and so this should say that men are going through so much, but they can't talk. They don't want to talk about it. And so, if you have someone, if it's not even your partner, if your partner is not giving you that chance to talk, and your parents, your mom or something, I know guys are close to their mom.
Yeah.
You should talk to someone.
Not your partner.
It can be your partner though, but if you feel you don't trust the person enough to be sharing your stuff with the person, then you can talk to your mom or someone else.
I hope that partner will be feeling okay.
Well, it's up to you.
That's
it.
Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, so I think the final was would be that we should accept the reality that men are evolving. We have men who are ready to be compassionate and also express themselves in various ways. The reality here is that as women should also, while men are changing, evolving from how their forefathers and fathers were in terms of being hard on themselves, taking things so serious, and not expressing emotions, men are evolving. The same way that women should appreciate that fact and also understand that the evolving men needs them to adapt so that they also match at the same energy.
Yeah.
Because the fact is that when men are showing emotion, it comes in different forms. So when a woman is expecting a man to express emotions in the same way she expresses it, whether happiness, sorrow, heartbreak, fear, it will differ. Bottom line is that understand your partner, know where to meet him, and then most importantly, also build a supporting environment for him.
Okay.
Yes, building a supporting environment doesn't mean that you have to introduce him to support groups or other things. But what it means is that you know the needs of a man, you know the things that trigger them, because a man has a burden of taking care of the family. So in helping your man express himself, you can take care of some bills. And
Okay.
no, I'm coming. The reason is that my wife bought me a phone.
Okay.
She bought me a phone.
Okay.
I didn't ask. I just saw that my phone is spoiled. I'm trying to get a new phone. I've gotten some money. I didn't. She just asked me the amount. I thought she was just asking. Then she sent me the money. So I looked at them and asked, should I buy something for you in town or what should I do? So no, you say you want to buy a phone, so you use it to add and buy your phone.
That's so
So I bought my phone.
Thank you, wife. okay by the special grace of God. Someone say amen.
Hallelujah.
Thank you. So if you are not following this channel, Charlie, I don't know the issue, but I'll plead with you. Kindly do well to follow Let's Talk with Purpose on YouTube. Just go hit on the subscribe button, like, share, and don't forget to drop a comment. Until we meet again, it is a bye.